Hello and welcome back to WRL Division 2 Round 1 in sunny Melbourne this time. It's race day and the cars are getting ready. Of course I have to retire the race as soon as possible to begin 29 laps of Albert Park in Melbourne. J-Tray, as I said, took the pole position by 6/1000 of a second in a very close session from Bowie, and then Hunt, Jack Wells, I Hate Cheese, B. Grams was 6th, Rossi Boy 7th, Def Gomet, Sterling Moss, Foster, and Hamilton starts at the back. At the moment there are no penalties as of yet, as the race will start in about 30 seconds, so we are going to go on to the track. Of course I have to retire as soon as the race starts so we can get to the action as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed the qualifying session. As I said, 29 laps in sunny conditions this time. The weather was wet in qualifying, it was tricky conditions, but it produced an exciting session, it must be said. So we're heading out on to the track. Let's hope there are not any first lap or first corner collisions that we need to worry about. Any penalties from the stewards will be talked about in the second race, and I will keep you up to date. So here we go. J-Tray in the Toro Rosso starts from first, Bowie second, Hunt third. Of course we're at the back. I have to retire as soon as possible because I am stewarding this race. We're ready for the 5 lights for Division 1 is going to be underway now. We quickly head to retiring as we're going to spectate right now into the first corner. Looking back from J-Tray, here we go. Oh, a little bit of corner cutting there from J-Tray to gain the position, but he's got in the lead and he's away. Oh, and there's been collision at the back. You've got Sterling Moss who's been hit, I think, or maybe spun and turned round. He's dropped down to 11th as we're now going back into the midfield. B. Grams has also been at the back, he's in 9th. You've got the Foster down in 8th at the moment. You've got Hamilton looks like in the Williams ahead of him. Everyone jostling for position. Of course we've got a different Foster was waiting around for a bit. That's the Mercedes, and it's Hamilton right behind. Hamilton, who is on the hard tyres, is 7th. He's behind, I believe, Def Gomet in the Mercedes. Having a look up the inside. This is going to be a difficult move. Oh, a bit of contact up the inside of Hamilton. To let it through. He's also let the Foster through, and B. Grams has got through as well. So Hamilton, not very good overtaking up there. Had to give the position back. So you got B. Grams in 8th, and Foster went a little bit wide. Foster and B. Grams is up on the inside of him. Has knocked his teammate a little bit wide there. But B. Grams taking the initiative to go on the inside. So you've got Hamilton who's looking behind him. Looking behind Foster now, already on lap 2. Some great action so far. We're looking up ahead. And we've got Def Gomet in 6th. And there is Rossi Boy in 5th. And this is the Mercedes, it's McLaren, of Hunt, who's on the prime tyres, as you can see right there. He's chasing down Bowie in the Williams. And he's got Rossi Boy in the Ferrari right behind. The pack very close together, but the top 2 pulling away. And Hunt, who's on the prime tyres, you can have a look up the inside of Bowie. Oh, and Rossi Boy behind. Big may have hit Bowie. And lost a few positions. It's very tight in the midfield at the moment. Bowie's in 4th in the Williams. He's started on the soft tyre. As I said, the soft tyre doesn't last very well. You've got Def Gomet. Def Gomet for you is having a look up on the inside of Bowie and has taken 4th place. A little bit of corner cutting there, but has taken the position. Bowie behind him, got the Force India of there's B Gram 7, and remember it's his first down. You got Rossi Boy. I think corner cutter gained the position there. He's behind B Gram 7. I think he may have got past the Foster illegally there. I think it must be said, sandwiched in between the Force Indias. A lot of people using all of the track and more today. It's not great to see, but as I said, the midfield is quite tightly bunched. You got Hunt on the prime tyres, and then Def Commit. Oh, and there's that B Grams had a big moment coming out of the corner 4 was that, and you got the Ferrari. Oh, whoa, and the Foster. He had to give the position back there. He was trying to gain advantage by corner cutting that corner there. And I think he's being frustrated by the fact he's being beaten by his team. We've got Hamilton behind, who's in 9th place. There he is, he's on the prime tyre also, so few strategies. Have a look, it's Sterling Moss, cut the corner there, with a few warnings, and he's got the Caterham. There's the Caterham of Jack Wells, is going to have a look, had a look, thought about it. There's a few. And Hamilton, we had to avoid the collision with Rossi Boy and Ferrari there. Is that Rossi Boy and a Ferrari? Yes, it is. Had to avoid the collision. In this midfield battle, this is all for 3rd place. The top 2 are pushing away up at front. Let's hope it stabilizes, because this is, it's brilliant action. That's what we like to see. We like to see great action there. So Def Comet is 4th, and you got Hunt is now 3rd, and there's a massive gap to I Hate Cheese, who is 2nd in the Ferrari, and J-Tray, who is leading by, I would say, I'd say about 6 seconds. So he's good controlling the races on the soft tyre, the super soft Red Bull tyre. 1 lap 4 at the moment. Of course, the Toro Rosso blinding sunlight. I might put off some people. We need to go back. This midfield battle is I Hate Cheese once a little bit wide in his Ferrari. There's Hunt in 3rd. He wants to bridge the gap to the top 2. Doesn't want to let the top 2 get away. Def Comet is in 4th. And then you've got Bowie 215, who is in 5th. And then the 2 Force India still close to one another. B Grams is ahead. And the Foster. A lot of track excursions, it must be said in this. I don't know whether people should have practiced this track or not used to the amount levels of grip that they're getting. At the moment you've got B Gram 7, who is in front of the Foster, and Foster again corner cutting. There's going to be some words, and Foster's got the DRS on B Grams at the moment. I think he'll be a little bit frustrated. Whoa, little bit of a tap there from Foster, but very sportsmanlike. Let B Grams through. It may have been a little bit of lag barrier being attached to Foster there. As you can see, he's frustrated. He can't get past. He wants to get past his teammate. His teammate's holding him up a little bit. It's the 2 Force Indians, and Hamilton behind, who's had a tricky first few laps. Has got both Foster and B Grams, losing the car a bit. And I think somebody has made a pit stop already. Let's have a look. You've got Rossi Boy 9th. There he is. Jack Wells. I think it's Sterling Moss. Yeah, Sterling Moss. I think he had a pit stop, and it must be said there's some bad luck going on for Sterling Moss. He always seems to be in the first corner collisions, but I don't know whether he can get any points from there. Of course, there's only 11 people in this, so only the top 10 will score. He's still on the super soft tyres, so maybe he didn't pit stops. Meanwhile, J-Tray currently leading the race. at the moment. He's got a comfortable gap. And there is Hunt, he's in second on the prime tyres. He's looking at the long game, but he's quite far back from J-Tray. There's Def Comet in third. There's a good battle between them. B Grams now up into fourth place. And there's Hamilton, he's up into fifth. Hamilton's up to fifth, so maybe a few people have made some pit stops on the super soft tyres. It said the super soft will not last at all. 1 lap 6, and maybe the super softs, I think they'll last about 3 to 4 laps, depending on how well you look after the tyres. So Hamilton is in 5th at the moment. 6th is Rossi Boy in the Ferrari. 7th is I Hate Cheese in the Ferraris. So 6th and 7th for the Ferraris. Jack Wells is now up into 8th place. And J-Tray is now pitting. J-Tray is now pitting onto the prime tyres. He's got a comfortable gap though, so he may come out, I think, second or third behind Hunt and Def Comet. In fact, he's going to come out right by the midfield battle, so Hunt is now taking the lead. Def Comet is second. And there's B Grams in his now inherited third place. There's J-Tray. He's now come out to the pits. He's fourth, he's on the prime tyres. We're now on lap 7 out of 29. There's still a long way to go, but places are coming up. Taking shape. We've got Rossi Boy in the Ferrari on the prime tyres. He's got J-Tray in front of him, he's on fresh prime tyres, so he should pull away. So I Hate Cheese is in 6th place now. Bowie is in 7th. Bowie has made a pit stop onto the prime tyres. He's 7th. Foster is on the super soft in 8th place. There's Hamilton in 9th. I believe both of them have made a pit stop, so that's Foster in 8th, Hamilton in 9th. Jack Wells has gone a little bit wide. I believe he's on fresh primes. Yep, he's in 10th place. With Sterling Moss catching him for 10th place, but I don't know. Yeah, Moss must have made a pit stop because he was pretty far back before the pit stops was made. So let's take a deep breath from that action-packed first 7 laps as we now move on to lap 8. WRL Hunt is leading the race in the McLaren. He's yet to make a pit stop. He's on the medium tyre, the prime tyre. Currently, I think he's about 6 or 7 seconds ahead of Def Comet and the Mercedes. Both are playing a long game on the strategy. And you got J-Tray. J-Tray hit the back of B Grams. Oh, I don't know whether that was lad barrier or anything, but J-Tray hit the back of B Grams. I don't know whether he expected him to brake or not, but he's hit the back of him and has not given the place back. As you can see, he's sauntered off into the distance, and that has knocked B Grams in between the Ferraris, so that has really hampered him. He was just braking for the corner, and J-Tray, whoa, and B Grams, oh, it's really upset his rhythm. He's now got one of the Ferraris, that's I Hate Cheese, right behind. He's now taken the position away. That was a little bit debatable, I would say, by J-Tray. Might have to go to the stewards on a penalty after the race, or whether J-Tray will give that position back. But yeah, so not good news for B Grams. This first outing for WRL. There's the Foster. You got Hamilton, who had a tricky first few laps. Oh, we've got a few people pitting, I believe. Oh, and Hamilton has smashed into the back of the Foster. It's drifting round. And Hamilton, he is going to be not very popular with all the drivers after the race. He's got DRS on the Foster at the moment. Well, in all fairness, he did let the Foster back through, he did let Foster keep that position. Oh, but there was a load of incidents that are new that we will have to go over after the race. And there is Gram 7. I believe he has pitted for super soft tyres. We're now on lap 9 of the race. Of course, he is going to be fuming after J-Tray hit the back of him. Now, the rule we have in WRL is if you hit someone off, you do have to give the position back, whether it was lag barrier or anything else like that. Sterling Moss, I believe, has made another pit stop for super soft tyres. And he's at the back. J-Tray is leading this quite comfortably. He's on the prime tyres from a long race stint. I believe he's going to set, the fastest, his personal best, 127.395. And he's controlling the race. We must now get to a battle between Rossi Boy, who is now in second place, and IHG, so the two Ferraris, second and third in the race so far. I believe they've already made one pit stop, or they're yet to make their first stop. And Rossi Boy's gone a little bit wide. Can IHG is working around the outside? Oh, they're giving each other room. And I think Rossi Boy may have let IHG through. They're going to have to work something out because they're both on the same sort of strategy. I believe Rossi Boy, he's and we have somebody that's gone off. I believe that is Sterling Moss. Yes, Sterling Moss is having a bad time. I believe he may have just broken his front wing. He's way behind the field in 11th place. This is not a good race for him, and I thought his lap on qualifying in the intermediates was pretty controlled. There's Bowie in 5th, having a decent race so far. So we've got J-Tray leading comfortably by a few seconds as we now have a look at the time. J-Tray, yes, he does have a penalty, and yes, he has a 10-second penalty by the looks of it. He does indeed. The Foster also has a penalty. I don't think that will be deserved. We've got 19 laps remaining. Of course, the fastest lap at the moment is J-Tray on a 127.395. As we now head back into the action, we've got J-Tray leading the race comfortably, has to be said. But the podium, I reckon, is still undecided. I believe Rossi Boy now has made his first stop as B-Grams has lost connection. B-Grams has lost connection from the lobby, and that is disappointing news for him. I don't know what that will be, but often just sometimes due to the internet connection it sometimes gets cut off, but that is disappointing because he was running a very good race until J-Tray hit. So now we get back to this battle, and it's WRL Hunt. He's got some curves. He's having a look on the inside of IHG's, and IHG's is giving a little bit of room. This is going to be tight corner. Oh, that is why he is a champion. Brave stuff. Fast left and right, up on the inside, and he has taken second place. He's still trying to catch down J-Tray, making a little bit of a mistake. He's on the prime tyres at the moment. I believe IHG's will be coming in for a stop. Is he coming in now? Not yet. He's trying to loust out those prime tyres as we now cut to a battle which is developing between Bowie and Def Comet. Def Comet, he's got the DRS on Bowie. Is going to have a look into the first corner. Tricky because this is a fast first corner. This is going to have a better chance. He's having a look on the outsides on the super soft tyres, so really he needs to find a way past Bowie. Bowie defending pretty well off the inside, trying to do the cutback. This is brilliant stuff. We've had good battles so far in this race. And there is Bowie. He's trying to play the long game with these prime tyres. Of course, Def Comet on the super soft, he wants to get past. He's been held up a little bit of a touch on the back wing, but he's got some curves now, and this is what Hunt did on IHG's. Yet he's got more power, more traction, and he has taken the place before they even met the corner. Hit the bollard a little bit. Yeah, but he's now taken 4th position. So Bowie has now gone down to 5th, but he's on the prime tyres, with better tyres to last on a long duration. Hamilton has now moved his way up into 6th place, as we're now going to cut back to Bowie because he is sticking on with the back end sliding out a bit. He's trying to keep on terms with Def Comet, but I think Def Comet has got this position covered. Yes, he has indeed. As we're now cutting back against Hamilton, who's now making a stop on the Super Softs. So that has let Rossi Boy into 6th place in the Ferrari. He is also on the Super Soft. Few strategies going round. I know it's quite confusing to try and keep up. You've got Jack Wells, who's in 7th. There's Hamilton in the pit lane. Good stop onto the prime tyres, and again, he's playing the long game. He's got to play. I don't know how many more stops he's got, but yeah, that's pretty good at the moment. Sterling Moss, very disappointing. He's making mistakes. It has to be said, but yeah, he's at the back. He will get the point for B Grams, who unfortunately lost connection, and we will find out later. I'll do a video after this race on any penalties that were given, and I'll give you the final positions. We won't give the points table because it's a bit self-explanatory, but I'll give a recap of today's race straight after any penalties that were given. And Sterling Moss locking up his tyres there. So J-Tray comfortably leading. He's practically got the whole of that first straight, you see, in front, and the field is bunching out a bit as we're on to lap 14, so almost half distance. You can see J-Tray, controlled race so far. Can he take his first race win? Hunt is chasing him down. We've got I Hate Cheese is 3rd on the prime tyres, as someone else has just joined. There's Bowie 215. He's in the 4th place in the Williams. Rossi Boy is in 5th on the Super Softs. Jack Wells is in 6th at the moment. Def Comet is 7th. Foster is 8th. And there's Hamilton in the back in 9th. See, as I said, the field spread out a bit, so might not be getting many battles for the rest of the race, but we've just gone half distance, so let's hope the second half is as good as the first. It's now into lap 14 of the race. J-Tray, as I said, leading comfortably. There's Sterling Moss. I think the best he can do at the moment is the solitary point with 10th place. So it's different contrasts of performances at the moment, with Sterling Moss in 10th and his teammate J-Tray, who, yeah, as I said, he needed confidence because his pace was a little bit lacking. Weren't joining many, as a few people are making some pit stops. The top 2 are actually pulling away, and we've got a few people coming out of the pits. There's Jack Wells, and there's Def Comet, who has got ahead of I Hate Cheese and now gone down to 6th. So there's still a fight going on for 3rd place. The top 2 have pretty much pulled away. A bit of a gap, I'd say about 30-40 seconds away from everybody else. We've now reached half distance in this Grand Prix. Still 10 races left after the disconnection, unfortunately. And do we have a battle commencing? It is Foster and it's Bowie. Bowie has made a stop on the prime tyres, so he has dropped back a bit, but he's playing a long game as J-Tray has now pitted. J-Tray is now pitted. We will see in a bit what tyres he's gone to. Barry will want to make quick work of the Foster, who is on the prime tyres also. So we've got a fight going on here. It's the Caterham of Jack Wells, who is ahead of Def Comet. Def Comet has now got the DRS on Jack Wells, who is taking a defensive line up on the inside, very heavily defensive, moves back across. You are only allowed 2 moves to cover your position. Def Comet has got a full bar of curves. He would want again to get past Jack Wells, and of course you've got a Ferrari behind. He's looking up the inside. Jack Wells covers it, and Def Comet on the back end sliding, and I Hate Cheese has gone by. Oh, Def Comet got too much down on the tyres, and I Hate Cheese has taken the position into 5th behind Jack Wells. And now we cut to the battle for 7th and 8th. Bowie still behind the Foster. So we're now going to back car. I don't know where to look. Oh, what's happened here? I've missed it. I don't know whether I Hate Cheese made a mistake or Def Comet hit him. All of a sudden I Hate Cheese has lost a lot of positions there, a lot of time. Oh, and Def Comet diving up on the inside of Jack. Well, Jack went very wide. Jack went very wide, and I Hate Cheese is up on the inside. Oh, it's getting too close to comfort. For comfort here. Few rash moves are being made. There's Jack Wells, he's in 6th. So we're now cut to the battle for 7th place, and it's Bowie. Bowie has got the DRS. He's got the curves. Can he get ahead of the Foster? Yes, he can for 7th place. But can he hold the position, move back across us? Okay in Formula 1 these days. And he's got the DRS to consolidate the position. So he's now moved up into 7th place. There is Hamilton in 9th. He's a bit far back. And there is Sterling Moss in 10th. So midfield battle still close. So J-Tray now leading. Back leading is on the prime tyres. They may last to the end of the Grand Prix. He's got 12 laps to go. This is good stuff by J-Tray. He's been awaiting this win for a while. Hunt is in 2nd place. Also on the prime tyres. There's Rossi Boy in the Super Softs, who would have to pit at some point. Those tyres look a little bit worn here, and he's gone a little bit wide. So 3rd place is still up for grabs. Def Comet may have been there in the beginning, but will he be there at the end? I Hate Cheese is 5th at the moment. And then you've got this good battle brewing here. You've got Jack Wells, who looks to be on wornish prime tyres, and yes, he is pitting. He is pitting. Jack Wells pitting in a long time on those prime tyres into the pit stop. We can watch this right now, and I believe that's one of the Ferraris ahead that's made a pit stop into there. We can watch the pit crew at work. Good stop, 3.1 seconds, and away he goes in 8th position. There's Rossi Boy in 7th at the moment of Ferrari. There is Foster. I believe his tyres are looking a little bit worn. Bowie, so he's made light work of the Foster. Well, I wouldn't say light work, he's made a few chances. I Hate Cheese now is 4th behind Def Comet. Def Comet and Mercedes looks favourite really to take this 3rd place with 11 laps to go, but it's still really anybody's game, because I Hate Cheese got a little bit of run of Def Comet and get the DRS on the front straight. Sterling Moss has now made another pit stop for fresh tyres and is now being lapped by J-Tray as Def Comet is I Hate Cheese. I don't know whether Def Comet saw him. He's pitting anyway. I don't know whether he saw I Hate Cheese. He came in a little bit late. I Hate Cheese had the DRS and didn't bother to use it, but Def Comet has now pitted. That was a little bit rude by Def Comet. So I Hate Cheese has now got 3rd place. So now we go up to Bowie, who is in 4th. I believe Death Comet has come out in 7th place behind Rossi Boy. There is Rossi Boy. There's Death Comet. It's just come out the pits right there. And so Death Comet has come out in 7th place. So 8th is Jack Wells. He's pitted on fresh primes. There's Hamilton in 9th. Sterling Moss. Oh, he's had to let Hunt through. He's been lapped by Hunt. So he's a lap down on the top 2, or running away this Grand Prix. Hunt still trying to chase down J-Tray, who is leading this race quite comfortably, has to be said, from start to finish. His first pole of the season, at the moment converting it to a race victory, but still anything could happen in these last 10 laps of the Grand Prix. As we now take stock, see how many penalties we have at the moment. Still the one by J-Tray and the one by the Foster. As you can see, B. Graham's unfortunately DNFing from the race. So that's unfortunate for him, although he got a tap from J-Tray, so I think that penalty would stand. But whether J-Tray can gain the 10 seconds that he has on Hunt, although I think personally that is a position loss, we will see what will happen. So now we need to go back to the race. J-Tray in first at the moment, as I said, controlling the race. Hunt chasing him down. Now if that penalty stood instead of a position loss, then Hunt would want to minimise, if it's more than 10 seconds, which may not, I would say it's just about 10 seconds, and he's trying so hard, as you can see, just in case if that is the case. Of Bowie is now in 3rd, and he wants to keep a good gap to Death Comet. So we've got I Hate Cheese, and there is Death Comet. He's up into 6th place, and he's chasing I Hate Cheese in a Ferrari. Now these two have come together before in this race. Let's hope that we get some clean racing now. We've got 9 laps to go. And Death Comet, he doesn't want to lose that much time to Bowie. And I think, oh, I Hate Cheese, the back end squirming a little bit, and Death Comet is looking up on the inside. As long as he gets his braking zone correctly, which he does, takes the inside line. McKenna, I Hate Cheese, we now cut to I Hate Cheese, is up on the inside of him, and takes the decision back at the next corner. But Death Comet will have the DRS in this. I Hate Cheese is not pitting yet. And there's Death Comet. He hasn't got DRS, strangely. Yeah, he's got that there. Maybe I Hate Cheese was behind enough for the DRS he was. So he's got a DRS and manages to pull away from Death. That is frustrating for the Mercedes driver. So he stays in 2nd moment, but can stick with this battle here because it's the closest battle in the Grand Prix so far on the field. Got 8 laps to go. J-Tray still leading this race. He still has that penalty hanging over him though. There'll be a few warnings for corner cutting, must be said, after this Grand Prix. Death Comet, he's still behind I Hate Cheese in the Ferrari and want to get back, but Bowie looks pretty good for this 3rd place to Williams. I'll be very proud of that. Williams being my favourite team. Anyway, back to this battle. Fast left, right-hander going up, coming up here. And he's got a good run. I think he's using the curves, using the slipstream to get back. And I Hate Cheese moving about in the braking zone. He's defending his lines, making more than 1 manoeuvre, more than 2 manoeuvres. He might make it 3 or 4. So we go back into the front straight. Surely Death Comet does have DRS now, but he hasn't used. He's used pretty much all of his curves. So I Hate Cheese has got away from him a little bit. He's got to recharge him. Oh, he made rash move that first corner. And I Hate Cheese has got him even further away. Must have used his curves to get away. I Hate Cheese for now has got 5th place. Death Comet, that must be frustrating for him. They're both catching up to Rossi Boy in the Ferrari, who's in 4th ahead. I don't know whether Rossi Boy, let's have a look. There's IHG's in 5th. And there is Rossi Boy. It's in 4th place. Those tyres, yeah, look okay. I don't know whether they would last till the end. As I said, this is the closest battle, so we're going to stick with this for a while. As they're back to Defcomet, who's in 6th place. Sixth place in the Mercedes, right behind the Ferrari, and yes, they are catching up to Rossi Boy in 4th. I don't know whether Rossi Boy's tyres are looking, as IHG's makes a mistake. This is given a great chance for Defcomet, and again got the DRS, but he's used his cut. He needs to keep it there, but he's got to make better use of this first corner. He's got to get his braking right. He's missed the apex again he goes wide. Oh, he is frustrating behind IHG's, and I believe he is being caught by this guy, Jack Wells. Jack Wells, who's calmly getting back into that group right there. So a three-way group there, the 5th, 4th, 6th, 5th and 4th, between the two Ferraris and the Mercedes of Defcomet. Unfortunately, James Mills in the other Mercedes wasn't able to turn up tonight. I believe actually James Mills is not taking part in the divisions, but his replacement didn't turn up either. Someone is pitting near the front. Was that Sterling Moss taking another pit stop? There's Rossi Boy in 4th. Bowie looking good there in 3rd, but it's his tyres. His tyres look, his tyres look very, very worn. He's going to pit. Yes, he is. This means he's going to come out by that group. There's Hunt again, still in 2nd. Right, so there's Bowie. I think a few tyres are getting to the end of their life. And Defcomet, again, he's got the DRS, but this time he's nowhere near close enough. I think this may be the battle for 3rd place, because Bowie has now made that pit stop, full fresh tyres. He's come up behind this group. Now the question is, can the two Ferraris ahead, because they're on lessly worn tyres, Defcomet's tyres look, I would say, a bit better than the Ferraris ahead of him, and he'd want to get past. This is officially a battle for the podium, for the first two comfortably ahead. There's IHG's in 4th. I think his tyres look reasonably well, but he's got to stay ahead of Defcomet. And then you've got Rossi Boy, and my teammate in Wednesday, League in the Williams. That Ferrari looks really, really good this season. Let's see if he can hang on to those tyres. We've got 5 laps to go. The tyre scaling in this game is very, very severe. Your tyres can go off at any moment in time. They're very, very realistic. As you know, Pirelli make good tyres. So yeah, you got Bowie. He's on the super soft. Bowie's on the super soft. He's on the super soft tyres. Yeah, so that is a bold move, because I don't know whether the super soft will last till the end of the Grand Prix. And they only last about 3 to 4 laps. So as you said, you've got the Foster behind. They may capitalise on this. We'll have a look at that later. There's Sterling Moss has moved into 9th. He's ahead of Hamilton. So Sterling Moss, I don't know what's happened to Hamilton. We've been looking at the midfield battle for a while and haven't caught up, so we're going to keep an eye on Hamilton here. Of course, both these drivers, I don't know what's going on with Hamilton. I don't know if there's lag on my screen or connection issues, but he doesn't seem to be using his full power here. I'm not sure, but anyway, you got Hamilton in 10th place. Sterling Moss done a good job to get there into 8th. Oh, we've got to have a look at this. There's Sterling Moss. There is Hamilton. I believe that's J-Tray, who has, yeah, J-Tray has made another stop on super soft tyres. That will last until the end of the race. So he's got enough of the lead back to Hunt, who is now second, also on the super soft. But this is the big battle right here, the battle for third place. We're now coming to the end of the Grand Prix. Got 3 laps to go. Can the two Ferraris hang on to their prime tyres and keep ahead of Def Comet, who is stuck down there in 5th place, was looking good for a podium in the early stages. Sky getting a little bit dark. There's Jack Wells in 6th, and cutting back to a battle that is just commencing between Sterling Moss and Hamilton. Is 9th and 10th places at the back of the field, but they're still fighting tooth and nail for 1 extra point. Sterling Moss, who's on the prime tyres, Hamilton's on the super soft, so Hamilton really should have the advantage. He's got a good one on the outside. Sterling Moss defending the line. Big lock up of his tyres, keeping the inside line. This is side-by-side stuff. Hamilton now has the DRS, and Sterling Moss moving about. Hamilton looking up to the inside. Has he gained a position? You've got to get this braking right for this corner, and he's got it. He's got the DRS again, so be able to pull away from Sterling Moss. That was a good fight for a while. And you've got J-Tray. J-Tray coming up behind, who's about to lap both of them. He's lapped Sterling Moss. Pretty well. He's going to come up on Hamilton and come back from the midfield battle in a moment, but J-Tray, he's got 2 laps to go. He's a bit under pressure because Hunt is catching him, not by a substantial amount, but he is catching him still. So Sterling Moss is be frustrating for him because he was fighting with Hamilton. He had to let J-Tray through, but that's cost him a lot of time, and I think Hamilton may have secured 9th place. There's Hunt in 2nd. As I said, the top 2 controlled, not really much happening, but is much happening between 3rd, 4th and 5th. Will those Ferraris tyres last? And we're now looking at Jack Wells and Bowie. Bowie is catching up to Jack Wells. Of course, as I said, Bowie, I don't know whether those super softs will last. They normally last in race conditions about 3 to 4 laps, and I believe both Sterling Moss and Hamilton are pitted, and they are going to come out right by this midfield group, or a few seconds actually. But we have to cut back to this battle for the podium. The last few laps, as I said. And it looks like, yeah, that is Sterling Moss. He's had to brake really sharply and get out of the way of this battle that has come about here. Rossi Boy is 3rd place. He's got 2 laps to go. And these tyres, they look pretty bad at the moment. And we've got a load of cars grabbing together. This Def Comet was in 5th. Has lost a bit of time on the 2 Ferraris. Bowie's now got ahead of Jack Wells. Jack Wells now fallen down into 7th. And we've now got the Foster in 8th, who's a bit behind. And as I said, this midfield battle has come together. You can see on the track map, I don't know whether you can see, the 2 dots in front of J-Tray and Hunt. And J-Tray is now on his final lap of the Grand Prix. The last lap, we will cut to him shortly, but this battle for 3rd place is heated up now between the 2 Ferraris. I don't know whether they'll do any team orders. Rossi Boy ahead of IHGs, but will their tyres last? Their tyres could absolutely drop off, and IHGs, they can't even turn. Can't even turn into there. And I think the grip may have just gone. This could end pretty badly for I Hate Cheese, and I Hate Cheese has got Def Command behind, but he also got Bowie. Bowie's got a good run. Bowie's got a good run on Def Command. He's looking up at the inside with all the cars. Done the super soft tyres, which and he hits Def Command. Hits him a little bit wide. Def Command still up on the inside, but he's got traction from no grip on his tyres. Def Command is falling backwards. In the meantime, you've got Sterling Moss and Hamilton. Sterling Moss and Hamilton together. They're both side by side. There's how. Oh! Bowie hit the back of Def Command, and look at that. You've got two battles going on. Bowie is behind Def Command for 5th. They got Hamilton and Sterling Moss. Now Sterling Moss has hit the back. Oh, it's hit the back of Hamilton there. Oh, and both of them. And J-Tray, in all this confusion, has taken out the race victory. That was unbelievable stuff. But Bowie, he's still got a run on Def Command. He still could get this 5th place. This is unresilient. He's trying to run the outside. Oh, and he's gone! And he's lost the position to Jack. He's lost the position to Jack in all of that. And that is disappointing for Bowie. Very disappointing. As Jack goes a little bit wide. He got behind Bowie, and it's all ended. And we got to recap that at the end. Hunt, I believe, will keep this race victory because of the penalty that J-Tray has. So Hunt takes the race victory from J-Tray. Rossi Boy 3rd, I Hate Cheese 4th, Def Command 5th, Jackwell 6th, Bowie 7th, Foster 8th, Hamilton 9th. But I believe there will be a few penalties, a few words to be given to the drivers at the end of that race. But it was good action. That was a good first round. But there is Hunt. Of course, he had a controlled Grand Prix. I think he inherited the victory out of J-Tray, as you saw on my footage. That J-Tray hit B Grams off. Whether it was lag or not, he should have given the position back. And even though B Grams disconnected, it was unfair on him. So, in a few minutes' time, I'll give you the recap of the results. But I hope you've enjoyed this coverage and my commentary. And we will see you again for my next recorded video, which will be on the Wednesday. It will be my own league. This video will be after the recap video of Australian Grand Prix. After the race, after this video. So, but I'll explain when is my next video after this one. So, I hope you've enjoyed. This has been Michael Wingleton, aka WRL Mansell. I'll see you again for round 2, Malaysia.